welcome to the Cynthia Nyamai Show. Now, a lot of times people say it's difficult to educate the youth, but today we have a young lady who has been able to educate the youth in an interesting way, with a sense of humor sometimes, on serious matters such as elections, voting, civic education, and democracy. Coming up shortly. Thank you, Esther Kazungu, for joining us. I don't know how this interview will turn out after doing CNN. Now you're doing... I'll try and ask more local questions. I know now you're used to international standards. But when you received that call, we are CNN... Okay, how did you receive the call? We are CNN would like to interview. Did you even believe it?
No, it was, they texted. It was a tweet, actually.
Yeah, yes.
And I was just chill. I'm just chill, you know, like, oh, okay, cool. We'll do this thing. Tell me when.
You're used to these things.
By then, I was used to it.
Really? You didn't call everyone, check me out on CNN,
Imagine,
watch?
no.
Really?
Imagine, no. Actually, funny thing,
yeah.
I usually fear sharing interviews, like telling people, I'll be here.
Yes.
I used to fear. I don't know if I've changed, but I used to fear.
Really?
So
Why?
I used to tell people on the day, like it's like some hours. Like, okay, guys, by there I'm going here. You guys can check it out. Because I felt like maybe they'd cancel, they might cancel, or it come easier.
Yeah.
So I think I'm growing out of it.
You let them know when you're sure.
Yeah, I'm growing out
so
of it.
So you let them know that you're on the Cynthia Nyamai Show and they have to watch.
Yeah, today I'll tell them.
Okay.
I'll tell them in advance.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? What are some of your fondest childhood memories?
Where? Okay.
So, it's okay.
Well, we're local.
Kabisa.
So I grew up in a family of 5 children. I have 3 older brothers and 1 older sister. Yeah. I'm the last born.
You're the baby?
I'm the baby.
Yes.
But I don't feel like I was treated like a baby.
You are not spoiled?
Yeah. No. I think my sister, she will deny this.
Yeah.
Don't ask her because she'll just lie. But I feel like she was treated like the last one.
Yeah, really?
Especially by my dad. But I still love you, Judge Kazungu. So
yeah.
No beef. So yeah, I grew up in a family of 5 children. I'm a Costarian. I'm from Kilifi County.
Yes.
And my fondest childhood memories... Well, it's that one time I thought tomato paste was jam. And so guys...
So you had it on your bread?
Yeah, guys, my siblings walikuwa wanapiga story huko nje.
Yeah.
I slipped away. I didn't even tell anyone because they were talking about jam. I was like, oh, by the way, there's something red in the fridge. So I went, nikapaka. Luckily, they found me when I was just finishing. And they stopped me. Yeah. But I think that was interesting.
and growing up, what was your dream? Were you thinking, yes, one day when I grow up? We didn't even have, when you were growing up, I don't know if then, did we have social media?
No.
So we didn't think about, I'll be creating content and so on. What was your dream then?
I wanted to be a doctor.
Wow.
So I can treat my parents for free.
Yes.
Because I didn't like seeing them sick.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wanted to become a doctor. At some point I wanted to become a lawyer. And then I heard that you have to read like volumes of books. And I was like, no. No. Yeah. But then that's the only thing that kept me from doing law. Otherwise, people tell me I could have been a good lawyer.
Yes.
So yeah, I wanted to become a lawyer. Then in Form 4, when we were choosing like what to do so we can go to university, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just, I guessed. I saw, my sister's doing mass comm. Yeah. So I picked media.
Yes. Thanks
but
to your
eventually,
sister.
thank goodness, I liked it. Yeah, it was something that I was like, oh, this is actually cool, and I'm learning like cool stuff. Yeah. So I wasn't sure I was going to do mass comm, but since my sister was doing something in those lines, I decided, let me go this way, so that in case I don't know anything, there's someone to refer to.
Yes, yeah. And it's interesting you wanted to become a doctor, because a lot of times entertainers, people say they have the gift of healing. You know, you make people laugh, you make people feel good. So in a way, they are doctors. It's just that don't have the degree, and they didn't read a lot.
Oh yeah, and we didn't read. Ooh, child. Yeah. Yes. We read other things.
Yes. So you finished university, mass comm. Did you decide to now get into looking for a job?
Yeah, I actually did. I was volunteering at a radio station for 6 months. I just didn't know I was volunteering. That's the bad part. They didn't tell me until like way later on.
Yeah, when you were asking for a salary.
Like, and then
and benefits.
Yeah. So I did that for 6 months, and then I left. I have ever worked in a makeup studio.
Yes.
I was doing social media though.
Yeah.
So I worked there for I think 1 week or 2 weeks. I think one or 2 weeks. Then I quit. Yeah. And then I had done before landing that makeup studio gig, I had done a couple of interviews to join a media house. And then when I quit, they called me and asked me if I'm still up for the position. Then I went for an interview and I joined the media house in January 2018, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah, so I was there for 2 years, and then I quit last year in 2020, April 22nd, but officially 23rd.
In your head, by 22nd, you knew you were done.
Actually, by way before 22nd, I was gone.
Yes. Why did you decide to quit?
I wanted to pursue content creation again. I started in 2016 when I was in fourth year. Wait, it wasn't even from 4. When I was in 4th year, that's when I started my YouTube channel, started posting my content on social media and everything. And then in 2019, I paused because now the media house, like it was a lot of work. Yeah, it was a lot of work. It's not really an 8 to 5. It's an 8 to whatever time you finish your work. I'm spending so much time in traffic. By the time I'm getting home, I want to sleep. Yes. And then repeat the following day. Yes. And the days I have, like the off days I had, I also just wanted to rest. I didn't want to do anything. Yes. So when the pandemic hit and we started working from home, it was a huge blessing. Yes. Because I'd have the workstation and then the studio. Yes. So I'd just leave my desk and I go create content. And then I saw my insights, they started coming back up because they had gone down. Yes. So they started improving, and I was like, maybe I can try this thing out again. Yeah. Now, even before the pandemic, I was already mentally exhausted. I didn't like the job. Like I used to wake up every single day and I'm wondering, do I really people used to share that to me, but do I really need this job? It was my life. Yes. I used to wake up and I'm like, do I really need this job? Yes. And I was sad. I used to cry in the shower. Yeah. I used to cry in the shower. I used to cry in the parking lot. Like things were just getting so tough for me mentally. Yes. And I decided, okay, I'm not a person for this. I hate routine. Yes. Clearly, I can't wake up every morning for the rest of my life. Yeah. The way they say, ukimaliza shule utalala. It's a lie. See, why did you lie to me? Yeah. You
so probably even sometimes have to wake up earlier to be able to get to work.
Yes. I can't for this life. So I clocked out mentally in 2019. By December, I was gone. Yeah. So come 2020, we started working from home, and then we had all these salary cuts. FBI was against it. I was just fighting. And I had decided that if worse comes to worse, and they decide to fire me because of this, I'm cool. Yeah. So I went through that back and forth just as, just being polite. Like protocol. Yes. And then eventually I told them my contract had ended, by the way. It was a 2-year contract. Yeah. So it had ended in January and I had not signed the new one. Yes. So I told them I won't sign the new one because the terms, like you guys had promised me something. Yes. And you're telling me that it's not possible. So I just said, okay, fine. Yeah. So I left. And then the day I was clearing, now that 23rd April, because I said I'd serve notice, but they told me not to serve notice. Yeah. So when I was clearing, I got the first call for the first gig. Yes. Yeah, for the first influencing gig. And I was like, okay, this is a good sign.
Yeah, it's a
We're
sign.
on the right track.
Yes.
And so I left and I was so happy. Like I was, that period I was happy. Even the times when I was sad because I was thinking, okay, this content creation, because I got that one gig and then it was dry.
Yeah.
And I was like, guy, this content creation now is not.
Yes.
Like I thought.
What was I thinking?
But and then, so now.
Yeah.
But at every single point I had those thoughts, I was never convinced, I should have stayed. Every time I was thinking, I should have stayed in.
Yes.
No, this is way better. I'd rather be jobless and have a peace of mind.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was 2020, from June to December.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if it was December or November when the first Parliament video went viral.
Yes.
And now things started opening up from there. Well, in terms of recognition, because I was able to be consistent for a long time because people were asking for the Parliament videos.
Yes.
And I was just researching and recording them and posting them.
Yes. So let me ask you, as you're making that decision that eventually I want to leave my job, and you did you have like a whole business plan? I want to do this in content creation. This is the plan. This is where I want to be 5 years from now. Or did you just make a leap of faith?
Well, not 5 years from now or 5 years from then. But I was just, I told myself I'll quit and I'll send proposals.
Yes.
Because before, I used to be told, send proposals. I'm like, if they want me, just come for me. And I had that to Maringos. So I decided if I'm leaving, I'll get out of my comfort zone and send out proposals. Even if, you know, I was reading like Joanna Kinuthia's story, and she was saying the way she sent out so many proposals, but so few come back. Like, so she can send out like 100 and then only 10 reply, and then she gets only 3 you get.
Yes.
So that's, I didn't want that, but I had to.
Yeah.
And that was my only strategy by the way, and consistency.
Yes.
I said I'd be consistent. I'd find a way to post on most of the platforms I can. So I was consistent on YouTube. TikTok hadn't picked up yet.
Yes.
But when it started picking up, I also started doing like recording TikToks, though I had not found that Parliament videos niche.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a plan per se, like a huge big picture plan.
Yeah.
But I knew what I was going to do, like at least 2 things, which is sending proposals and being consistent.
We are going to take a short break, but when we come back, I want to get a little bit into content creation and politics. You mentioned the Parliament video, and that's when I even noticed you and fell in love with you and started stalking you. That and more coming shortly after the break. Welcome back to the CN Show. We're so glad that you're still here with us. We're talking to Esther Kazungu, and she took a leap of faith and decided to get into content creation and leaving her job. And you just mentioned about the Parliament video that I saw in almost every WhatsApp group. How did that change your career? There are certain things that sometimes you can tell this is where my career really changed. How did it change yours?
Well, for one, it got me all the gigs I've gotten for 2021.
Yes.
Yeah, because before then, I used to create content, like I said, like I started in 2016.
Yes.
And all that time, it was just maybe 1 gig here, there. Not all of them were paying, by the way.
Yes.
Not all of them were paid collaborations. In fact, most of the first ones were just barter trade.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yes.
Yeah, so in 2020, after now the first gig, after leaving my job, there was that dry period, and then after now the Parliament videos went viral. In 2021, there were so many, brands, brands coming to approaching me for collaborations and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's, I can say that the time the Parliament videos went viral, that's when the gates opened.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And why the South African Parliament?
Because I have been watching South African Parliament since Kitambo.
Yes.
Like I love how they talk.
Yeah.
They're so like it's actually, it sounds like Giriama.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like our people.
Yes.
I was talking to Saint P, and she was he was telling me if I want to, because there's a time I had that series where I was doing a girl who wants to be like a South African wannabe.
Yes.
And he told me, just do a Giriama accent, how they speak English.
Yes.
That's how South Africans speak. And so, yeah, it's close to my heart. I love their cultures and everything. And I had started watching these videos from Kitambo.
Yeah.
So I was very shocked to see that people didn't know about them. When I posted the first one and people are like, this actually happened. I'm like, yeah. I mean, these videos are so old, and when you go to YouTube, you can see that they have so many views.
Yes.
And even, like, recently, anytime I want to do, like, Kenyan, you'll find people telling me, no, we want the South Africa, and it's understandable because it's something they've seen.
Yeah.
Like, the Kenyan videos, they've seen them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I say it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's just
I
cool.
like the way they talk in a dramatic, there's always drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also like their accent.
Yeah, and they've even given me a name, by the way, on TikTok.
What's your name?
Lerato. It means love.
Ah.
Yeah. And
so they have so much love for you.
Yeah, and they were so disappointed to know that I'm Kenyan. What? Ha! They were very disappointed the other day when I posted a civic education video, and I titled when I titled the Citizen, I wrote Kenyan citizens going to the ballot. But and then they're full of love, by the way. That's the other reason I love them.
Yes.
They are so supportive, very, very supportive. Even now that they know I'm Kenyan, they are still supportive. Yeah. And it's beautiful to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has anyone from South Africa reached out for an interview, or now that you have a fan base there?
No.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
But isn't social media interesting that, you know, you're a Kenyan, but you have a fan base all over Africa and a huge fan base
TikTok.
in South Africa?
Let's say TikTok. Don't say social media. Instagram, YouTube never did this for me.
So it's been TikTok.
Yeah, because the algorithm is such that your video can go viral, and it goes viral yani kabisa.
Yes.
Till like outside Kenya, outside Africa, it goes viral. So it's mainly TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But were you surprised to see, because I see a lot of them even commenting on your TikTok page, were you surprised to see how big your fan club is in South Africa?
I didn't know. I didn't think it will get to a point where for real, I always wanted a fan base in SA.
Yes.
But I didn't know I would get it. And I didn't know it would be through those videos.
Yes.
Yeah, so when I started doing that and seeing them grow, even like when I look at my insights and seeing that percentage of South Africa, it makes me so happy.
Yes.
It makes me so happy. Something I didn't expect, but it makes me like I am over the moon. Yeah.
You've just mentioned civic education, and it's something I've noticed of late you're doing a lot. There's another serious side of you, but you do it in a humorous way and bring out some issues, like now you've been talking about the Kenyan elections and how we vote. Why did you decide to get into civic education and also a bit of politics?
Well, I want a better future for Kenya.
Yeah.
It's tiring to see, like to wake up and see all these titles, the scandals and sijui pesa zimeibiwa. And we actually need the money for development. And the people who've been entrusted with these seats and the money, they're not doing what it's supposed to do. They're not using the money to do what it's supposed to do. And it's very sad because I feel like we're moving backwards. Instead of walking towards being a first world country, we are just going backwards. Somebody was telling me that, I don't know if it's China, I think it's China. If I'm wrong, you'll say in the comment section. That a while, there's a period they came to benchmark in Kenya. And I'm like, so now they've gone so, like they're so ahead. They benchmarked, they saw what was working, they went to apply and they never looked back. Like they just kept going. And so I wonder, how will you come and undo all the progress we've done? And you have kids. And how do you expect them to survive in such an environment, in the environment you're creating? So it's close to my heart. I didn't even think it will be something I'd be doing, because I hated news. Before I worked in a newsroom, I always wonder how I got that job, because I don't have a nose for news. I used to hate politics. I didn't want to know about anything. If it's not entertainment, and then now to be a person who is telling everyone everyone has to be an activist, and everyone has a role to play. I really didn't see myself becoming that. And it started when I started doing threads on my stories. Even that one was an oops. I just, you post a story, people start changiaring, and then you're just posting the reactions, and it became a thing. So I can't even say that I saw myself becoming a digital activist. It just happened. Even the first time I heard the word, I was like, oh, that's what I am. Okay. Let's add it to the bio.
So would you say that, yes, you are an activist, and what are you championing for?
Yes, I am an activist. Just even to sijaenda. Where sijafika Boniface Mwangi level. I am the softie.
Everyone has their own style.
I am the real softie.
Everyone has their own style.
But I honestly just want to see better leadership in Kenya. That is my biggest, it's my dream. It's my dream to see. Of course, we won't ever be at a place where everything is working, we are top notch and everything, but at least when we see the progress, it's promising. We know that we are headed to such a place. And
just as you said before, you are not interested in watching news. It's with a thing with young people, but you're able to educate them in a way that they will receive the message on social media. And have you now discovered that yes, I was into creating content, but now there is a business side to it. You mentioned going out and making presentations and pitching and so on. Has it now completely turned into a business?
Not really. Not yet. But I was thinking of going the business way. I just don't know what exactly. I don't want to be monotonous.
So what would you advise young people who want to get into content creation and they can feel this is my calling?
First of all, I hope that their motivation is like in the right things. It's not, I want to get into content creation because I've seen that this is what people are doing now, or this is what will get me money. Because in the first few years, it can be years, it can be months, there's no really knowing, because people's paths are so different. The people who took 7 years to blow up and the people who took 2 weeks. So paths are so different. So they need to go in with the right mindset, and they should never stop. This is something I always say, they should never stop. They can slow down, they can take a break, but they should never stop completely.
Yes. Thank you so much, Esther Kazungu, for joining us today. And I hope you'll tell people to watch this interview.
I will.
I'll send you the details.
I will.
It was such a pleasure hosting you. You had it from Esther Kazungu, Don't Give Up. And what I liked about her is that she shared her dream. She believed in an instinct that told her it is not about this job and just receiving a salary at the end of the month. She wanted to do more. And when she left, she began to discover herself, from content creator into a bit of politics and more of civic education. Remember, never give up. I loved that advice. See you next time.